It's Sunday the 24th of October. I've just updated the vaccine percentages for the states. So West Australia are still in the 50s for second doses. Hopefully they'll be at 60% tomorrow. If not tomorrow, they'll be very close to 60%. And then they can join the other 3 states that are in the 60s. I calculated the national states average, not the national average that the ABC does, which is for the population, but when you add up all the states and divide by the number of states, that's at 70.1% for 2 doses. The average for total population double vaccinated is 57.06. I don't have the population, the average, if you count, like there's more people in New South Wales and Victoria, so that changes what they say the total population average percentage is. They say it's a lot higher than that. So I've just received some new information from Victoria that kind of clears up where we're all at. And I think the more cautious states are wanting to open their borders at 90% fully vaccinated. Northern Territory hinted at January for less restrictions with quarantine, and WA have mentioned January is when we're looking at opening up the borders, or sometime after that. And he's going to make an announcement when we get to 80%, but I think that announcement will be about getting to 90%. Then you're looking at 90% double dosed. That's what Victoria have announced. I think that's a safer level to be at. But that's 12-year-olds, so that could take longer. I don't have the approximations on when we'll get to 90% 12-year-olds double dosed, which is why it could end up being April. But I think it's actually, for us, it would be better, because if we open earlier, we're going to have to start wearing masks. There won't be any caps, but there'll be like vaccination passports, and everything will just be harder to do for the sake of opening the borders to everybody else. I mean, you will be able to move around. It's just that to travel, you'll need to be double vaccinated. To go overseas, you'll need to be double vaccinated. You can come back unvaccinated, but you'll have to quarantine. So I think overall, that's a pretty safe strategy that they've got. And although it's very unpopular with everybody else, and it's a political sort of hammer for the Liberals against Labour, and Mark McGowan's really going to cop it, I think it's actually better to not open up to everybody else so that we can be free, you know? As soon as we open up, we're not free anymore. So I vote stay free. We've got mandates now, so we'll see where that takes us. But I think once we get to that fully vaccinated 75% of the workforce, I think we can be freer with that. So yeah, like Dan Andrews said, it's not going to be lockdowns, it's going to be lockouts. So I don't know what's going to happen then. There'll be some whinging going on from the people that are not vaccinated yet, but I mean, if they're only 10%, And not even 10%, because some of that 10% is children under 12. So it's going to be a very small percentage of outraged people having protests, and the media will just jump all over that because it's news. But I think that the media need to be very careful about highlighting these people, because they're anarchists, they're anti-government, they're anti-science. Some of them are political lobbyists. Some of them are First Nation, Palmer, trying to score points off the other government, trying to get votes. So be very skeptical of these people. Some of them are worried, and I can understand that concern. You know, they think it's an experimental drug and we're all guinea pigs, and I can empathize with that. So that's a judgment thing, like what some people think it's not safe. But the thing is, COVID-19 is a hell of a lot less safe than the vaccine. So it's, I don't know, you look at the hospitalizations and how many are not vaccinated. So that's your gamble. You know, you want to take your chances not getting the vaccine and hope that your immune system can cope and you can recover. That's where we're at. So I empathize with people that are concerned. I understand where they're coming from. But I just think the evidence is overwhelming, and they've vaccinated enough people in the world now to have enough data to say this is this amount safe, this amount effective, and this amount lasts until you need a booster. You know, the data is rolling in on a rapid rate. I mean, what, you want to wait 10 years, which is how long it normally takes for a vaccine to come out? You want to wait 10 years? Yeah, alright, well, the thing is, this vaccine had already been worked on previous. It's not brand new. It was an already existing research developed vaccine that got tweaked for this particular virus. Like all the flu vaccines, they're all tweaked viruses that were already tested. They did the double-blind testing like is expected, and they tested on the different levels of population as you're supposed to do for a safe vaccine. So all those precautions were taken. It wasn't rushed at all. They did it they start out on a control group, and then they do a larger population size. So they did all that. They did all the 3 phases. The ones that didn't do that is the Sputnik, the Russian one, which I think, I mean, this is just my opinion, I think they stole maybe Pfizer's findings, and it's actually the Pfizer vaccine, and that's why they thought it's safe. Apparently it is effective, but they don't trust the government, and they don't trust it was even more rushed.